There's an old filmmaking technique that's incredibly simple yet so satisfying that viewers unconsciously want to keep watching, sometimes without even realizing why. But don't just take my word for it. This guy says, "Damn, I watched it 200 times and still want to see more." Here's the video in question. All credit goes to Moon, the original artist. Now tell me that wasn't magnificent. You'd be lying. This technique is called Mickey Mousing, which is basically syncing the motion to the beat of music. Once a staple in animation since the 1930s, Mickey Mousing ultimately fell out of favor because, well, animators were overusing it to the point that it became predictable and cliche. Cringe, cartoony, overly literal, exaggerated, corny. But that was a century ago. It's 2025 and I think this forgotten art could make a huge comeback, especially in today's world where attention deficit viewers are obsessed with retention techniques. Think about it. Short-form content is rhythm-based. TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Reels thrive on snappy rhythmic editing. Attention deficit viewers engage more with content that feels like a continuous dopamine loop, and well-timed visuals with music do just that. Plus, it's satisfying and hypnotic. Just like looped GIFs, rhythmic synchronization could draw people in and make them watch on repeat, which is gold for video retention. Also, AI makes things a lot easier. Unlike traditional editors manually aligning frames, AI-generated footage can be engineered from the ground up to match the music. Which brings us to today's agenda. I'll create something similar, then show you exactly how to do it yourself. Hopefully we can achieve the same level of quality. For this to work, we're gonna need the background music, generate the images in Midjourney, animate them on Kling AI, isolate the components of each image in a photo editor, and then put them all together on the video editor. Stick around to see the final video. I didn't know the title of the beat used, so I had to record it using OBS. Check. Now on Midjourney, I'm gonna prompt a beautiful surreal landscape. These are such dreamy visuals, but I'm choosing this one. I'm gonna drag it to Kling AI, input the prompt. With the prompt below, I was able to convert the image into this animation, which I do like. So let's move on to the isolation phase. Just drag each image from Midjourney to any photo editor. I'm using Photoshop, but really any free editor will work. Our goal here is to isolate key components of the image. Could be the moon, could be the silhouette in the boat. That way, we could show each of them one after another until it forms the complete picture. I'm thinking I should start with the moon, then the waters, then the clouds, then possibly the sky last. So first thing you do is create a new layer so you can create a black background. I'm gonna use the fill tool and just dab the black color on the composition. Then create a duplicate of the original image, drag it to the top, use the object selection tool, then click on the moon. Click the mask button here or here. Now we got our first isolated image. Now let's duplicate another one to create the second image. The problem here is I only want the reddish reflections on the water, not the entire body, so masking alone wouldn't be enough. I need to somehow isolate by color. Luckily, Photoshop has the Blend If feature. Just double click on the layer. Change Blend If to the designated color, in my case red is the closest, and just delicately move the slider to the right. Let me move this real quick so you can see the image better. But as you can see, the effect is too hard, so I'm gonna make it soft. Just hold Alt and then drag the slider to divide it. As you can see, the effect is now more subtle and seamless. Now I'm gonna duplicate this to create the third image. It's good practice to name layers, by the way, especially for more complex compositions. Back to the second image, I can now isolate using the lasso tool. Click mask, and that's our second image. Alright, so now all our three images are complete. It's time to assemble them on your video editor. I use Premiere Pro, but other software will let you achieve the exact results. First, we zoom in so we can match the sound waves. The first image is gonna be cut here. The second image is gonna be cut here. Do the same for the third. The video should come after. I'm gonna speed up the video by 140% and cut it just at the right time before the next batch. Now repeat this process for 6 other images. Once that's done, you'll have something that looks like this in Premiere Pro. Now before I reveal the final video, make sure to stick around because I'm going to show you a next level version of the Mickey Mousing technique that takes it up a notch. And here's the kicker. One video using this method pulled in over 100,000 views and 572 subscribers on a brand new YouTube channel. Now without further ado, I feel like Moon's video was better than mine. Anyway, you had to watch it through Premiere because I'm just avoiding getting flagged with duplicate content. You can watch it again on my film channel. Speaking of which, I started this second channel very recently, but it wasn't until my 4th video before it took off, and it's all because of the Mickey Mousing principle I applied here. Well, not entirely. I think the thirst trap is strong in this one too, so that definitely helped. But people on Facebook have told me that the beat sync made the video so much more satisfying. Let me show you a small segment of the clip. I want you to pay close attention because this is a bit different. Notice how I didn't use the technique in every beat drop? As what happened before, Mickey Mousing can get old very quickly if abused, and the longer the video, the more subtle it needs to be implemented. This video was only 3 minutes long. For longer videos, I would recommend using it strategically for climactic moments rather than syncing every movement or most movements. And what's really neat is that if you're an AI user, you can create hyperfluid, physics-defying movements that are difficult to film in live action. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.